I invite Mr. Harish Ravi to please come upon the stage. He will be presenting over Accelerate Warehouse Operations and Cognex Business Solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Harish Ravi. He is the Logistic Automation Manager India at Cognex Corporation. Please give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for him.
A very good evening to all here. It's my pleasure to be here and represent Cognex Corporation and to talk about the topic accelerate your warehouse operations with Cognex Vision Solutions. To start with, and I would like to thank all the panelists for giving a very valuable insights about the various challenges. And this presentation is going to be something very in line with what they have recently discussed, right? So just to start with, myself, Harish, and I've been with Cognex for the last 5 years, taking care of the logistic automation division, and we are catering to different e-commerce players, parcel and post players, and airport baggage handling. A short introduction to Cognex. I guess most of the intralogistic players knows about Cognex. We are a US-based multinational company serving 25,000 plus customers for the last 40 years. Just the only player to be investing a lot and being the market leaders in machine vision technology. So I'll talk a little more about what is machine vision technology and how that is helping the various customers across the globe automating their warehouse and how it is helping them. So we are channeled with multiple partners who are serving our customers, and we have shipped over 40 million plus good solutions in the last 40 years. So this is more like a summary for what has been discussed. So I just want to touch base a few of the things that I see and we Cognex as see the market trend here. The first and foremost is about the capital, right? So capital, as I mentioned, like there are a lot of capital investments that needs to be made for a warehouse to go operational. It could be a labor, it could be a land, and other X, Y, Z that needs to be considered for us to go have set up a distribution center or a fulfillment center. But what is happening today is that that's getting more expensive now with the push that we have post-pandemic. It's very inevitable to say that we need to have warehouses very close to the customer place for us to deliver as early as possible, because that's going to be the key factor to retain a customer. So that's becoming more of a challenge for anybody to set up a new warehouse or a greenfield warehouse. That's when the overall equipment effectiveness comes into picture, which is nothing but how could I take out maximum from already existing warehouse, right? So the second one that we see is the increased package volume. So as I mentioned, India as such have seen a good growth in the manufacturing sector, but e-commerce and the parcel and postal market just took off right after the pandemic with the buying pattern changing around, with people getting more used to online shopping. That has completely changed the landscape of how e-commerce is operated post-pandemic. And we see a lot of growth opportunities that is going to unfold in Indian market in the next 5 to 10 years. But are we ready for that is a big question, because we see the packages getting multifold over the years. So that's inviting a lot of innovation and automation, as one of the panelists mentioned that fear, right? So everybody are having a fear that how is it going to be. There's a lot of uncertainty in the future, but there are answers to those uncertainties as well. The last but not the least, probably I would say the most important driving factor across the globe as well as in India is the customer experience. So everybody, whoever wants to do automation or have a human-free operations, always think that customer has to be satisfied, and as sir mentioned that the share that you don't want to lose to your competition, right? So that's something that is driving the automation across the globe, and we also see that the customers that we serve, especially in the e-commerce players, are very concerned about how they could able to fulfill an order without any errors and make the customer happy and retain them. So as we always say, customer is the king. We don't want to lose the king and go scouting for a new king, which is going to be very expensive in nature, right? So these are the ones that is going to be giving a lot of opportunities for the people in Indian market as well as globally. And now I'm going to talk about how Cognex is going to help in these factors. So how does Cognex help? So that's the main topic that we want to touch base today, right? So challenges are there are solutions, but how are we going to cater to Indian conditions, right? So one of the key things that I took out from the panel discussion uh, that Indian market is always different and special, but the challenges that they face in Japan and Korea are kind of similar, but the way the parcels are handled in India is completely different. So you got to custom your solution to the Indian market and to make it successful. How are we catering to it is, as I mentioned, like we are the market leaders in the machine vision technology, just not by saying, but we invest close to 140 million dollars every year just in the R&D, which has resulted in thousands plus patented algorithms, which are part of our products and solutions. So these are some of the needs that we identified in the market. We have developed, we invested and developed algorithms and products, which are helping us to serve the customers with the challenges that we have today and also the challenges that we foresee that will come in the future. So where do we serve inside a warehouse? So if you talk about warehouse, there are a lot of operations. More or less, it could be same, but only the matter that how the parcels go in and come out, right? So when I talk about in a warehouse, there are 4 different segments that we broadly divide that into, which is inbound, order fulfillment, sortation, and then the outbound. So this typically is going to be a e-commerce or a parcel and postal or even a retail distribution center, right? So Cognex as I just build a lot of solutions and products which cater to each of these segments inside a warehouse. Either it could be a normal belt conveyor solution or even working with robots which could work in sync with the scanners and vision systems that we have right today. One of the key things that Brendan mentioned in the panel is about Amazon Barcelona experience. So I could actually understand how it would be in a real-time scenario when somebody asks where am I seeing it. So this is where we enter and we promise customers based on the solutions and technologies that we have, which are very flexible in nature and gives you a lot of insights for you to work around that. First and foremost is this improve efficiency and throughput. A lot many ways that you can actually work around to increase the throughput and handle parcels. One is that you get your conveyors upgraded. The other way is to reduce the gap between the parcels and still handle the same, still handle more volume with the same conveyor. So we cater into that particular solution with having patented algorithms like HDR and HDR+, which helps in reading barcodes at a very, very short gap between the parcels. So what does it happen? How does it help is that, we're seeing with more capital investment become expensive, this particular scenario is helping Indian players at least to automate their inbound and outbound telescopic conveys that we generally see. So we don't want manpower to deploy in and do the repetitive task every day. They're just moving into a very basic level of automation, which could actually read the barcodes on top, left, and right, or simple top scan solution. The second one that we have are providing in the market is about performance feedback. So one another factor which I would highlight from the panel discussion is about stress and fear, right? So when you have enough data coming back to you, you will be in a more comfortable zone and you will not have any resistance to further move your plans in terms of automation. So we help in giving back the feedback using the data that we collect in terms of the read rates that you get, in terms of the vision inspection data that we acquire, which will help them to actually understand what and how the system exactly works. You don't need to have any fear of whether the automation will go good or not go good. So we are here to give you that to make a very wise decision and also fix it in real time. So when I say if a sorter, for example, is only giving you only 70% read rate, which is not acceptable any day. So you cannot identify that without stopping the conveyor and understanding where you're losing that 30% read rate. But with us, what is happening is we are capturing and giving you a real-time feedback, which is helping you to go and fix it right after the incident has happened, you will be able to recollect and go back to the original position. Last is about reducing cost and manual rework. When you don't get into the automation, there are a lot of human intervention, which, as such, the fever that the panelists called out, the humans get fevers the same way like machines also. But what happens here is that when you try to automate with the solutions that is being here, you will be able to reduce a lot of cost and manual rework. So end of the day, the manual rework cost is much higher than fulfilling a new order. So we help in giving real-time inspection solutions like volume measurement system and real-time barcode reading, which will help you track and trace the parcels inside the warehouse and until the parcel reaches the customer. So to watch all of this, my request is that you walk out of this conference room and come directly to Cognex. So we have all these solutions live here. You could be having an opportunity to experience, play around with the barcode readers and vision systems, and you can be very confident enough to go out today and say automation is going to be the key, and we are equipped, and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you very much.